Of course, I also put my images on greeting cards. Okay. Just thanks everybody for checking out on my video. Photo positivity.
Now, how'd you come up with that title, Roy?
Well, back and forth with a lady that does graphic artists, we were talking about being positive this year because of everything with the virus, rather than having March Madness or Spring Fling. Decided to be a little bit more on the positive side, so we call it photo positivity.
And last year it was what, leaping through the years, or leaping?
Last year was leaping through the years, capturing the light. Images here, all of these images are on polished aluminum. So they're super glossy, okay? They're wired, dated, and numbered. And all you have to do is put a hook on the wall and hang them up. You don't need a frame. And the only thing you have to do is you wipe them with a damp cloth. No chemicals, nothing like that.
Ooh, I like the colors in those. Now, where are these?
And then I also have images on canvas, okay? Canvas is across the top.
I see the bounty over there.
Frame pieces down here. Yeah, gotta have the bounty. That's one of my favorite tall ships.
Yeah, we bought one from you the other year.
And I'm so happy that I was able to get a good image before it sank 2 years later. Coming from the canvas prints and the large frame photos, quite a few waterfalls and water-related images. There's something about water. It draws me like a magnet, whether it's a waterfall, a river, a seascape, a lighthouse, a tall ship. You know, I could get lost for days just taking pictures of water.
And it shows, I love it.
In addition to the large canvas prints and large frame pieces and metal prints, I have a large selection of matted prints to match all my other images. And then something that I did for this show, I brought out an item called Polaroid Immersion Lifts. This is whereby you float a Polaroid print in hot water in a hot water bath, and you remove the emulsion off the Polaroid paper, and you slide it onto watercolor paper, and then you can stretch it and move it around.
Oh, wow.
And so these are all one-of-a-kind images. There's no duplicates. Of course, I also put my images on greeting cards. Okay? I started years ago making just a greeting card for Christmas for family and friends. And then I decided I ought to try to sell a few of them, and been doing a pretty good job with them, okay?
Now, where's the train from?
The train is from Greenfield Village.
And this is?
That's Squire's Castle.
Ooh, that's a nice shot. I like the leaves.
Yeah. And the Vermilion Lighthouse. least, every Wednesday night, the Berea Fine Arts Club is doing a live demonstration by various club member artists. Several weeks ago, Matt Richards, who does pottery and blacksmithing, and I came up with a thing called Playing with Fire. So Matt brought his potbelly stove and some of his ironwork, and we used them as models. There's the dragon, they're dragon on fire. And some of his pottery, okay, dragon on a comb.
I know last year we bought some pottery from him.
And of course, there's the stove. There's the snake. Okay. And to give you an idea, there's the ceramic, or the pottery, I should say. And then there is one of the images of that, with the smoke coming up out of it, okay? Now, of course, my favorite image out of all of them, other than great models, was just the potbelly stove.
Oh, yeah.
Hot, flaming stove. Some of the images on this wall are abstracts. This is called Art in the Dark, this one, and this one. Turning all the lights off in a gallery and giving everybody little pin lights to go around and using a long exposure with no flash. You get that weird concept. This is just the top, inside top of the gazebo in Strongsville, Ohio at Christmas time. Just looking straight up, okay? Again, a little tiny muddy creek with rocks, slow the exposure down so it looks like cotton or silk.
Very nice. And that's all done with the exposure.
This one is multiple flowers. This is 8 or 9 exposures on the same frame of film without advancing the film.
Oh, wow.
You set the camera on a tripod, move it up, move it up. It's a math problem.
Can't do that with my iPhone.
Furnished with my greeting card, show card. Some trees down in Florida without any leaves. I call it up in arms. A low cloud and some aspens in Montana.
Ooh, that's pretty.
This is Kootenai Creek, Kootenai Blues. Little tiny creek, some rocks. These are just weeds. I've got my tripod way down into the weeds. Long exposure at high noon. Using a polarizing lens. The sky was so blue, the water just absorbed the blue. Frost on a window. That's actually frost on my storm door coming out of my breezeway one year.
Oh my gosh.
One real nice show every year here in the schoolhouse. As a member of the Berea Fine Arts Club to do a show here, a reduced rate, but I'm also giving a portion of the proceeds to the club, in addition to the rent, to use the building for our scholarship fund, because, you know, last year was a terrible year for fundraising and we're really struggling. We got a GoFundMe page now and just trying to create more money for the club. What would you like me to say, Pete? Hi, welcome.